Hello, everybody. Did a bunch of work while I was hanging out with Gunna to dig out the rest of this, and I started doing the golems, and I thought I would finish it up because I'd like to get this done tonight. Came up with a really good method on how to do the golems, so I'm going to finish putting these in, and then I'll show you on the next level. Hey, how are you doing? I have quite a few more golems to put in, but they were a little tricky, and I figured out a nice way to do it. So I will show you once I get to that point. I'll get just the framework done first. Then we have a bunch of platforms to build, and this farm will be done for now. Mostly I think it's just decorating after that, but that will wait. Okay, so I think we'll do this one first since we're right here. I need to go get more iron. And I don't think I have quite enough pumpkins to finish this. I'm gonna have to take a trip to go get some more because we're running low. But I can get at least a few done first. So let's get up here and we'll work on the next one. The issue I was having with the golems was that they have pretty big hitbox. So when I spawned them in, they were getting pushed out of the cage I made for them. So what I'm doing is I use these as temporary blocks. I just make a little box around them like this. Gives me a place to stand. And then I do the same up here. And this time I leave a spot here. And come in, I can place the iron down. And jump up here. Place the pumpkin. On this side, if I lift this door up, I can push him just a little bit. And that's enough to get him that way. Push him a little that way. And then that one's done. Move on to the next one. Because I'm doing them from the top to the bottom, I can just go like this. Now we're ready to repeat. Okay, so this time I messed that up. I actually want it on the lower level there, so that I'm able to jump back out. That's okay. And then put iron in. My mic? Yeah, my mic's working. Good. All right. I just switched to new software, so I'm still a little wary about whether everything is working correctly. I'm liking it so far, though. I'm expecting to do a lot of changes in the next week because tomorrow is officially moving day for my office. So I'm going to be setting up the new recording area, and it'll be fun. Can I reach? I didn't close these, and that was a mistake. So I'm gonna go fix. Go back up. Having all these guys in place will be really nice, because that means as I build, any slimes that do spawn on levels around me will be all set. I didn't want to put them in before because I still had skeletons spawning around while I was still digging out, and I lost a few golems because skeletons shut them. Go down this side here. So yeah, like I said, typically you got to push them in from this side just a little bit, and then that means you can push them this way. Then placing the rest of the super easy, very convenient. Plus you can drop down to the next level and work on the next one. And any blocks that I break that I don't pick up, no big deal. They fall down in there for the most part. Some of them land on the edges, and they go into my hopper collection, so not a problem. Not that I'd really care if I lost a little bit of deep slate. I have enough. Now that I don't have skeletons to shoot or do anybody to do ranged attacks, they cannot be reached inside there by the slimes or anything else. So they're safe. Oh, it looks like I might have enough. I was farther along than I thought. Pretty good news. Last one. Super exciting. This has been a long project. I think I have to look at the things, but I think we've been working on this since like day 360, so almost 100 Minecraft days to dig out and build this thing. Maybe even more. It's crazy. But it's going to give us more slime than we'll ever need. This will be the end. Never have to make any bigger slime farm than this. I don't know that I could. Like, this takes up 4 slime chunks, and it has like 20 layers. I think it's 17, you know. It's massive. So now all that's left is going around and filling in the spawning floors on all these levels, and then making sure they're lit up so nothing else spawns, because if skeletons spawn, like I said, that'll be a big problem. And then we will have maximum spawning. I still need to work on a collection system at the bottom, because I have a feeling we're going to be getting more slime balls than we can handle with just a simple hopper system. But I left it kind of open down there so that we can do that. We'll probably have to put in like a hopper minecart system. But for now, it'll be fine. We'll let it run, see if it gets clogged up. I also want to put in some like auto crafting stuff to make it so the slime balls are turned into slime blocks for storage, and then like shulker box loader, so that we can just have boxes of slime blocks to come and grab when we need them. Those are all down the road kind of things once we get to the point where we have unlimited shulker shells and stuff. Another thing I want to work on in here is digging out the sides a little more, because I want to make this, I'm going to decorate this as a giant missile silo. And I think that we're going to decorate the farm itself as a giant rocket inside the missile silo, or giant missile, which will be kind of fun. But I can decorate it so that it has like launch bay doors open at the top. Do you have any dark spots? Or slabs. I think I have more already to go. Let's check for those first. This is all pretty much, except for a few things I brought over, like the gunpowder and things like that, stuff that I got from digging out this farm. Look at the crazy number of diamonds I've gotten. It's ridiculous. Okay, so I did use all those up. I can put the iron and stuff away because I'm done. Let's put this in here. That can go away. Okay, so don't need the regular slate, just the copper. One thing I do want to do while I'm on my way back up is check all my golems on the lower levels. I put some of them in so that we could be collecting slime while we were getting started. And I'm glad we did, because we got quite a bit of them. But that meant that while we were doing that, there were some skeletons that made their way in. And I think did I turn off the info lines? No. Okay, I do have it on. So if I can get in there and actually see the golem, I can see his health, which is what I want. Am I too far away to do it? No. There we go. His health is 92. Now he's 100. His looks a little beat up. 67. Now he's 100. See what I mean? A few of them got a little smacked around by some skeleton. He's at 100. I think we should be okay now, but I'm going to keep checking on my way up. Actually, I think we're at the one I'm working, which is fine. Cool, 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 cool. I'm going to turn on the shape renderer so I can see the outline of the cylinder that I'm building. This makes it a little easier to place this outer edge. And then once that's placed, it's just a matter of quick filling it in. And lighten it up. And then after this one, I think I'm going to alternate doing the top and the bottom, because that way I am maximizing how many of them it's loaded, so I can see the slimes raining in as we go to make it more fun. Which is nice, because this has been a bit of a tedious build. Worth it though. I'll be able to create all the slime blocks I ever wanted. Let's see how I want to do the torches. I think I'm going to leave the torches at the middle, which means... Oh, if I do the torches in the middle, does that cover the whole area? Not quite over here. Weird that it does on this side, but not on that side. I guess this side might be a little bit... That works. I'm okay with that. It's just really important that this whole area stays lit, because, like I said, if any skeletons or any other mobs with projectiles, but skeletons in this case, are able to get in here, they'll be able to hit those golems. And since the golems are locked in place, they can't even go over and kill the skeletons. So the skeletons will just kill them. All right. This side, I need to do torch there. That'll cover that. And then this is all lit up. It's all built. Before I go too far, I want to... One, two, three, four, five, six, eight. There it is. Cave down. Oh, this was here. Oh yeah, this is the part that I blocked off because it was close to the wall. We'll light it up just a little bit while we're here. Pretty good on diamonds, but not enough that I'm going to just walk past. Okay, so anyway, I was going to dig a tunnel back here that was 24 blocks long. But seeing as I have now found a spot where I can do this, I'm going to use free cam. That's the wrong button. Which is my little mini spectator. So I can come out here and watch these skeletons do their thing. Not skeletons, slimes. Want to see spawning. So there's one platform up top, but it's very short because I had to move it up. Still have to fix the ocean portion here. So I'm not going to have much spawning up there. But now that I'm far enough away, we should see slime spawning in this area. And it's not going to be a huge amount because there are still tons of caves in here where mobs are spawning. Maybe not too many caves. There's definitely a lot. So we're going to need to light these areas up. And the more we light those up, the more this will work. But we should see some slime spawning on the platforms in here because we're far enough away. And then we should see them going in. So I'm going to just chill here. Oh, there we go. We got one. As soon as they spawn in, they see our golems, and they slowly work their way to the middle. Should be enough to keep them from going out. When we're done, we'll be building a cage around this whole thing anyway, because I'm going to use glass. That way you can see inside of it, but I'm going to make it like a giant missile, like I said, and then I'm going to build the silo around it. So now anytime the slime spawn, they go to try to get to the golem. They drop down in, and the fall takes them out, and if it doesn't, campfires do. Good deal. Once we have a huge amount of layers here, even though we have caves to light up, it should still work pretty good because the 2,000 spawning blocks that we have inside the missile are going to have better competition against the spaces out here. But lighting up the caves on the outside is very, very important. All right, next level. Let's go up to the top and do one from up there. Like I said, then when we were working up there, these down here will be far enough away from me that they may spawn F3. I'm going to turn the hitbox off now. They may spawn slimes while we're working, so at least we're still getting slimes at the same time. You know, double dip. Might as well get as much done as we can. We have some of the going pretty good. Getting a lot done tonight. I'm hoping to finish this whole farm before we're done. When we build this platform, I got to remove the one above it because the first time I built that top platform, it was in the wrong position. So I rebuilt it, but I still have the blocks underneath to remove. But I'm going to build this one first so the blocks have somewhere to fall. Plus it'll be easier. Side. That's why I like having the building guide from the mini HUD showing the cylinder. Allows me to see much better where the edge of the building. To do that cylinder, I just did a shape that is a cylinder centered on the very center of the silo and made a radius of 16 because that's how far away the slimes will get attracted to the golem. So anywhere in this circle, 32 wide circle, when the slimes spawn, they will head towards the middle as long as they can. Oops. It's the middle. Do that. I also slabbed those areas there and over there because those are also slime chunks, and I was having slime spawn up there and just chill or drop down on my head while I was working, and I don't want them spawning if they're not in the farm. We don't get this all finished. I would like to at least have enough that it won't take more than one more stream to finish it. But it is a long process of getting all these platforms built. And I have a long day ahead of me tomorrow too, so we'll see how much I can get done. maybe in the next hour and a half. Mostly I wanted to do it as a stream because I'm trying to get all the important stuff for this series in the streams so that people can rewatch it to see everything that happened. And then I'll also include it in the summary videos once I get to day 500 and make the first one of those. But how I did the golems was very tricky. So I wanted to make sure that that was included in the streams in case people are rewatching and want to see how to build this farm. That was a part that was a little touchy to do in survival. Excited about my move tomorrow. We've been working for a long time to get everything ready. Tomorrow should be the first night I stay in the new house. And I should have everything to get my network set up. Means I might be able to even do a stream from my house. It'd be cool. We'll see, and that's a big ask because I have to get everything set up with the new mics and everything too. Or not new mics, but just because I'm streaming from a new environment, I'm going to have to work on the filters and all that stuff. Might have to do some testing. Mistakes. Where did I put it? All right, that's another level done. Check out the light levels. Make sure I don't have any red spots for skeletons to spawn. Looking good. I do want to take off this blocks up here that are blocking space. This was the old level where I was going to have the top, and then I must have miscounted when I built the bottom part. Or vice versa. But it'll be fine. That level above us right now is a short level, so only the small slimes can spawn up there. But we will fix the ocean floor a little bit. Like I said, the plan is to make it so that the silo that this rocket is in goes all the way up to the ocean surface. And then I'm going to have it like it's open. And I'm going to decorate it so that this is a missile that is ready to be launched out. Should be fun. I think we can get some cool stuff going on with that. But that'll take time. I gotta get around to that. Excuse me. The other reason I wanted to get this finished is that I would really like to have it be that this is done before day 500. Because day 500 is when I'm going to do the recap for sure. I thought about doing it at 250, but I just didn't have quite enough done to make it. So every 500 days in this world or so, it may adjust depending on what gets done. I'm going to take all the clips I've made and then do a recap. And when I do that, I will release a world download as well, so people can try it. At least, yeah, I'll do my best to do that. The world's going to get pretty big pretty quick, I think. But for now, the backups are pretty small. I can probably get a hosting set up to do that. Only 15 levels left to go. Oh, game's making my head heavy. Worth the effort. It is a lot. I don't even know if I'm going to make it as long as I said. I would love to finish this, but I'm also getting very, very, very sleepy. It was a long day. Oh, I keep accidentally placing block. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to make it the whole way through this. It is, you know, 1 o'clock in the morning for me, and I have been working at stuff all day. It's not that surprising. Disappointing. I was really hoping to get the whole thing finished before I went to bed. It's just taking longer than I expected, and I am so tired I'm like going to walk off the edge of cliffs and stuff. Yep. Me falling off the farm is enough of a motivator for me to say, let's do this another. But hey, we got it working. And if I look at the free cam, you can see it is, this layer is now finished. So while we're down, we'll have that spawning. But like I said, we have to work out going into these caves and lighting these, filling these up with light. Because we have mobs here, mobs there. There are so many that like we're gonna have very few spaces for slime to spawn because the mob cap's already full. So we'll get to it. Yeah, like right here we have a room that has 5 people already. We just need to go through and do the caving and run through and fix all that. But we'll still get occasional slimes. As we move around and the mob cap shifts and things like that. And we're not doing too shabby. We already have a decent amount of slime to start. In fact, let's grab all of these. Oh, a few more just fell into our laps. Somebody falling that I didn't even see? Good. Okay, that's going to be it for me for tonight. It is too late. I am struggling to stay up. So, we'll do more the next time. Hope you enjoyed watching this on, even though it was short. Hopefully the next time we get in, we'll get this farm finished. And maybe get some caves lit up. And we'll get a ton of slime. And then we can move on either to doing the Nether Hub project or the storage room. Probably the storage room. That's overdue and needs to be done sooner rather than later. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.